international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league. Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and Day. Purchase your tickets online today at ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today. Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes. Feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through December 8th, enjoy USDA Choice whole beef brisket for $3.99 per pound, USDA Choice T-bone steak for $8.88 per pound, premium stew beef for $5.99 per pound, and get their $50 holiday box now through Christmas. Always a great gift. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, wanting to thank you all again for your continued service. November is off and running. Check this out. Get up to $12,000 off or 0% financing on select new vehicles. We have great lease specials with new Trax and Trailblazers starting at $299 per month and new Blazer EVs leasing for $399. Great payments, discounts, and of course, 0% financing. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All finance with approved credit, leases with $2,500 down.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Tuesday, coming off a huge day of Nebraska football news yesterday. Nick, were you on the Twitter machine a lot yesterday?
I was on the Twitter machine a lot. I was on making a lot of phone calls as well. There was a lot of conversations being had between multiple people, and there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of inaccurate information as well, and that's why we're here. Is because the folks don't listen to everything you read on Twitter. Don't fully believe everything you read on Facebook. Especially Facebook, they got those like bot sites that just like go, Matt Rule made a stunning change at the staff, and it's just like nothing. So just be patient. Signing day's tomorrow. It's going to be a big day, and there's a couple of targets Nebraska still rooting for. It starts early on, 8:15 a.m. We'll find out the decision for 5-star athlete out of San Antonio, Michael Terry III. It's down to Nebraska and Texas for that guy. We also obviously are watching on a couple flip targets. Cortez Mills, who's currently committed to Oklahoma, watching out for him to see what happens with that one. We saw Chase Lofton, the Millard South tight end, reaffirm his commitment to Florida State yesterday, so that's going to stick around. And he was kind of one that was kind of keeping an eye on. I would say so that he visited Nebraska a couple of weeks ago, Chase Lofton, that is. Momentum started to pick up, and then towards the end of the high school football regular season, it started to trend back that he was going to stick around with Florida State. And obviously the Seminoles, in addition to bringing in Tony White, they brought in Gus Malzahn after he was a head coach at UCF. So how about Florida State, though, making some big-time moves in the coordinator department?
Big-time moves. Interesting. Didn't see it coming. But all the same, interesting. And this is how things work. When it's just interesting to me how, you still got a game left and guys are cutting loose. I didn't realize that. Obviously, that didn't happen a lot when I was in college, but since then, it's been that type of movement. After their regular season game is over, then bowl game season is a little different, I guess. So just as a spectator, and even as a participant at the time, like I said, it just seems like you would think that they will stick around for one more play, or one more game. But I kind of see the weirdness of feeling like, I'm committed to this place now, but you were like, wait a minute, but you were here first. So, but yeah, just odd, just odd and situations, awkward. I say awkward situation if they did follow through, which sometimes coaches did wait around and do the bowl game before they moved on to the next team.
I would say this in response, if fans are pissed that moves are happening, the first Monday after the game, I would add, there's this piece of it. What if roles were reversed and Nebraska was the program looking for coordinators? You have to operate kind of under that mindset to say, how would you want Nebraska to operate? And you would want them to act swiftly, especially with signing day looming in 2 days at that time. You would want them to act swiftly. And so Florida State has to operate in the fact of they have signing day. They need to have, Tony, whether it's Tony White, whether it's Gus Malzahn or anybody else, at least Mike Norvell, to at least have a conversation and say, hey, this is the direction we're going to go. And we need to know, are you in or are you out? And so they have to act swiftly for that part. And so while I know there was a lot of fans pissed because it was just 2 days or 3 days after Nebraska finished up the regular season, and to your point, AG, there's still a bowl game to play. There's still all these practices to play. And I know you're not saying this, obviously, because you're aware of it. But it's just important to remember
that in this day and age of college football, man, it's 99% about relationships. And if they don't have, I mean, it's the same thing for Nebraska now, right? Where they wanted to get Dana Holgorsen locked down as quick as possible. So that way they can inform everybody that's going to be a part of this roster moving forward, or not part of this roster moving forward. Hey, this is the direction we're going. And Dana Holgorsen is at least going to sign, a couple-year deal for Nebraska to be their full-time offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm. Well,
John, I think the same way would go for Nebraska right now. I would guess that Matt Rule probably has the old Bill Moose thing in his desk with contingency plans for our defense coordinators. So I would assume that we might not know it as the fans or the media or whatever, but I would guess that he's probably giving the recruits that are coming in on Wednesday, some sort of like rough draft of here's what to expect, why you should stick with Nebraska, why you should come play defense for Nebraska. We have something, probably in place, or, a rough outline. I would think that there would be something that he would have. Just being a coach, you always got to have kind of for all those, for any emergencies or any contingency plans, you got to believe a coach, has something, in store or planned.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously I'm sure there's a leader in the clubhouse, right? Not necessarily going to spew names here, but I'm sure there's, we can all kind of make a guesstimation on who might the leader in the clubhouse for that DC job would be. We're getting a lot of questions on the text line. Who's your number one DC, number one choice for defensive coordinator guys? Who do you guys want to see? Honestly, I mean, there's a lot of the flashy names out there. I think that if there's one thing about Matt Rule, though, is that he's shown maybe the ability to go out and maybe not at Nebraska, but at previous stops, try to hire within and promote people up. And so, obviously that's a thought right off the bat for me is somebody that you're going to look at is going to be John Butler. So we'll see what direction it goes. I also would be curious to see how swift, after we just got done talking about Florida State and their position, I would be curious to see how quickly Nebraska is able to operate at the defensive coordinator position too.
Yep. Yeah, I think something would happen quickly. Like you said, we do have all those bowl game practices, that you can, start implementing, a little bit of a defense just to add on to it. Spring ball, once again, will be super crucial for Nebraska football again this year, because 100%. It looks like you'll probably, I would guess, be putting in. I mean, I understand they were running out the terminology from last year's offense. I would think John Butler would want to go with what he's most comfortable with. So you have to think that there'll probably be new offense, new defense implemented before next year with, some remnants of what this year was, but he's going to want to be comfortable with his terminology, not adjust to somebody else's.
Yeah, it makes it easier for the players.
Yeah, 100%. I'd be interested to see. I mean, I think I know there's going to be some movement offensively, right? A big bulk of the transfers for Nebraska so far have been on the defensive side of the ball, understandably so. But Gabe Irvin's the one offensive guy that has went to the portal, which I will say this. I've been a big Gabe Irvin fan his entire career. I'm really, really disappointed that injuries prevailed him from really getting off the ground, because I remember the narrative surrounding Gabe Irvin back in 2021 when he was a true freshman and he earned the starting running back job, then ended up getting hurt 3 games into the season down in Norman, Oklahoma. Yep. And that paved the way for Ramir Johnson to have his really nice year back in 2021. And ever since then, just Gabe Irvin just unable to get off the injury bug. So I hope he can go somewhere. And it's probably going to be a little bit of a lower level, but that's okay. Because he's got some really intriguing size. I really liked the way he ran the ball. And we talked about it. It's not often that a true freshman earns the starting running back job at Nebraska over the last 20, 25 years. AG, you could speak to that better than anybody. And so the fact that he was able to do that in a pretty talented room that featured a guy in Ramir Johnson in that room back in 21, at least spoke to what he was able to do. But man, just struggle to stay healthy.
Yeah, health part is number one. Best. I say being the best player you could be is being available. I heard that a lot in the NFL level and obviously at the college level. But playing as a freshman, that just shows where his high school, what high school he came from, had him prepared physically and also mentally to play at the next level right away. Because when you get that opportunity, Like I've explained before how things were, firing at me, left and right, Tommy, in the huddle, relaying plays to me and let me know where I need to be and stuff like that. Help me out sometimes in alignment, getting in, just 1,000 things, but then able to focus in at the right time to get the play down and then execute everything in front of me. So yeah, it's a challenge, and he was able to do it.
Raff, let's go ahead and send it to break. We can give people an update on kind of what's to come. We have our guest coming in the next segment for 10, 15 minutes or so. We have our good friend Stephanie from Woven Charm coming in. She's going to update us on a couple of things. AD, first and foremost, housekeeping things. AD is back tomorrow, so he'll be back in the studio mañana. But after,
so will I.
Yes, that's right, Raff. So after Stephanie comes in, lets us know some updates, we're going to stick on Husker football throughout the rest of the show because we have so much to get to. Defensive staff changes, offensive staff shifts, I will say that, and just some speculation, things that we certainly want to address as well. It's a busy season, and I'm sure that there's going to be more that comes out today. So the unfortunate part, Raff and AG guys, is I was thinking about this yesterday and a lot of people felt this way maybe around like guys like Jamari Butler entering the portal. When you're going to have to move on or guys decide to move on, and that number is going to be around 30 to 35 players, it's just a given that it's going to be some impactful guys, some guys that have made an impact. It's not going to be all reserves. It's not going to be all guys that played less than 50 snaps in the previous season. Unfortunately, you're going to lose some guys that contributed quite a bit to Nebraska football, and Jamari is certainly one of those guys. So
I thought you were going to say, unfortunately, we weren't going to speak about the Denver Broncos for at least a half an hour today.
Hey, I figured we'd touch on that in history, Raff. I mean, come on. I liked their helmets last night, Raff. I'll give you that, friend.
Yeah, it was nice. They look good. They look good.
Look good, feel good, play good.
Absolutely. All right, Raffy, take us to break. We got Stephanie on the other side.
All right, we'll throw to break. Just the drive, 93.7, The Ticket.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with the Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA fighters on Saturday, December 7th with Violence Fight League 2 at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now is the perfect time to go, with Nebraska football in between the regular season and a bowl game. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, will treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Tuesday, but also it is Giving Tuesday in the city of Lincoln. And we have one of our very special favorite guests, Stephanie Merritt from Oven Charm, in the studio today. Good morning, Stephanie.
Oh, hold on. You might want to have your mic turned on, I suppose. That's on me. Stephanie, it's nice because you're in the studio while Raff and AG are not.
I know.
So I appreciate you stopping on in.
I appreciate this. This is great. I have the whole space to myself.
I know. It's funny, guys. She comes in and I go, well, I guess you can sit wherever you want. You don't have to climb through any chairs or past ADs, all that, the backpack and the laptop and all that. You just can sit down and wherever you want to stop by. All right, Stephanie, let's dive right into it, my friend.
Let's do it.
Where you guys had an awesome event a couple of weeks ago already. Time's flying. Tell us, how did it go? What was it? Recap the whole event for us.
Yeah, so November 9th, which is almost a month ago, which is wild. Battle with Bartenders went so well. We were very overwhelmed with the outpouring of support. We ended up with 210 people that showed up, which was fantastic, and raised almost $32,000, which actually exceeded our goal of $30,000, which was really, really exciting. So just beyond grateful for everybody that showed up. It was amazing.
So let me ask you this: with that $32,000, what can it help out with? What does it go towards? What are you guys hoping to use it for?
Great question. So a lot of that money is going to go towards creating the bundles of love that we donate. So those are the physical items. That includes the Owlet, which is the Dream Sock.
Yes, that's right.
That tracks their pulse ox, which are not cheap. So, it's nice to have those.
Well, remind us, because those are a couple hundred, right? Per sock. And then just as a refresher, what do they do?
So it tracks their pulse and their oxygen levels.
Okay.
And it will actually alarm on your phone if they go outside of range. So bringing those babies home who have been monitored 24/7, just always great to have an added layer of peace of mind for the parents, but then also, potentially saving some lives when they come home. So all of those funds will go towards kind of building out those items and the items that go in the bundles, which is great.
That's awesome. Go ahead, Raff, take it away.
All right. So we have Giving Tuesday today. So the city of Lincoln is contributing to some of their favorite causes and donations and stuff like that. Yours is Hours of Love. So can you tell us, what your Hours of Love campaign today is all about?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a campaign, as you said, called Hours of Love. And where that came from is the average NICU stay for a baby born at 32 weeks gestation or earlier is 46 days or 1,100 hours. And so when you're in the NICU, every hour can feel like an eternity, and it also just blends together. And every hour really marks kind of milestones as you make your way towards that time home.
Yeah.
And so our goal today is to raise as many hours of love as possible. And all of the funds that we raise today will go towards helping parents who are in the NICU through the holidays pay for Christmas presents. So as I can tell you from firsthand experience, the financial strain of the NICU is incredible. And especially over the holidays, it is just an added layer to it. And so we want to help alleviate some of that as much as possible. So we're looking to raise as many hours of love as possible today, and then use that money to help those families pay for Christmas presents.
Why is that such a meaningful number and figure? I mean, think about that as somebody that's experienced it, right?
Yeah.
That is wild to think about, and not in a good way, that the average stay 46 days.
46 days, which is longer than most moms get for short-term disability.
Wow.
So most parents, unless they're in a different situation, are having to make a decision of whether or not they go back to work.
Yeah.
Or they go unpaid and continue to rack up that financial strain. And so those numbers, and throughout the day, every hour, we're going to be dropping spotlights on different families who have spent time in the NICU, highlighting the number of hours they've spent, as well as memorable hours that they've spent in the NICU. And so just bringing some more awareness to the impact of it and what those hours actually mean.
Once again, Stephanie from Woven Charm is joining us here. Wovencharm.org.
Wovencharm.org.
Woven Charm, is that how people can donate?
Yes. So today there's multiple ways. All of our social platforms. So Woven Charm on Facebook, @_Woven Charm on Instagram. We also have a separate campaign page that's up, and it's givebutter.com, GIVEBUTTER.com.
Nice.
/hours of love.
Okay. Raff, go ahead. Take it away.
Oh, so for next year, are we getting the Battle of the Bartenders? Will there be a second annual Battle of the Bartenders, or do you have something else up your sleeve?
Well, I mean, we're going to have all kinds of things up our sleeve, but Battle of the Bartenders is definitely coming back. We already have bartenders who are on lock and wanting to come back to kind of defend their titles. So, yeah, it will be back for sure.
I would ask you this, from your guys' standpoint, how does, if I'm looking to donate, how does $1 transfer over into 1 hour? Explain that a little bit more, because as people are listening, they're probably wondering, okay, do I donate my time? Do I donate money? What are we looking? Explain that a little more detail if you could.
Yeah, absolutely. So $1 for an hour. And what we wanted to do was really create a barrier of entry that is open to everybody.
Absolutely.
Right? Not everybody has super deep pockets, and that's okay.
Yeah.
We want to be able to support these families in a meaningful way, and those dollars go a very long way with these families. And every dollar that we raise is going to go to those families that are in the NICU, and we want to be able to give them gifts as they're currently in the hospital trying to, take care of their babes. So one of the things is, that dollar may feel so small.
Absolutely.
I just put $1 in that parking meter out there.
Right. Oh, trust, hey, they get you on this street.
I know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, ooh.
They're like defensive backs on the football field. They just hawk the meters over there.
That was probably not a time to say that I have expired plates, but it's fine.
There's a cop right across the street.
Oh,
No.
cop is listening.
Sometimes that police officer listens, because we'll walk past and he'll go, "Great show today, guys." So I hope hopefully he's not
Hopefully
listening.
he's not
right?
paying attention right now.
All right, I'm on the hunt for an expired plate. Anyway, go ahead.
That dollar can really go a long ways for these families, and we're able to use that in creative ways to give them a little extra love this time of year.
AG, you got anything before we get her out of here?
Yeah, so I don't know if the question was asked right here. So how can listeners participate and contribute for the Hours of Love campaign going on right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So they can share the posts that we have on our social platforms. If donating is not an option today, totally fine. Help us raise awareness. So share the message, share with your friends. There's also the website that we talked about where they can go in and donate $1 or donate as many dollars as they want. And also, if there are any big donors or corporations out there who are looking to match, hit me up.
There it is. Wovencharm.org. Okay, big picture question here before we get you out of here. What's on the horizon? What are some of our goals for 2025? What do you want? Kind of forward thinking. What are you guys hoping to accomplish in 2025.
Big question.
I know
today,
I know it's a big picture question. Hard hitting question from the media.
Well, one of the things is to bring back the Battle of Bartenders.
Yes, absolutely.
Expand our reach. We want to impact not just families in Lincoln and Omaha, but go even broader and get a little more solidified in the resources that are going to be available for those families. I'm also in the works of kicking off a podcast. So, all kinds of things coming.
Hello.
Hey.
Anyway, once again, Stephanie from Woven Charm, can't thank her enough. It costs $0 to share the post. So
Amen.
there's that piece of it as well. So if, as Stephanie said, if you cannot donate, that's okay. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good in the hood. You just got to just share the post, spread awareness, and we'll be good going forward from there. We thank Stephanie from Woven Charm, as always, for stopping by. She said that she's just going to stop on by monthly, guys.
This is my plan.
So this is just what's going to happen. But anyway, Raff, go ahead and take us away, my friend.
Hey, real quick, if there's any spots for the Battle of the Bartenders, let me know.
Hello.
Yeah, I've done a few of those back in when I was living in Wisconsin. Some fundraisers that way. So
you should have a bartender off.
Okay.
What's that?
We should have a bartender off where we the three of us or the four, when you incorporate AD, we battle for the best drink. Who can make the best drinks?
Ooh.
I like this. And we have an audience. We have witnesses.
Gosh, yeah, that's great.
That was said. So, I'm going to hit you up for that next year. Just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait.
It'll be next September, and Stephanie's going to call AG and be like, hey, you remember when you said
Remember.
this? Anyway. But no, all right, Raff, take us away, my friend.
All right, everyone. We will send her to break. Thank you so much for joining us today, Stephanie. And this is The Drive, 93.7, The Ticket.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com, because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit lovb.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league. Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and day. Purchase your tickets online today at christmaslightsinlincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before. Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA fighters on Saturday, December 7th with Violence Fight League 2 at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now is the perfect time to go, with Nebraska football in between the regular season and a bowl game. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in December, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep the clubs out year-round. Book your holiday parties at Double Eagle Golf and make plans to join them for a New Year's Eve party. Gift cards make a great stocking stuffer for Christmas, and don't forget to look ahead to 2025 as spring leagues begin in February. That's all at Double Eagle Golf, inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new and used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals. And get your lift with free weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings, your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine and it will be breezy, snapping high around 41. Tonight, mostly clear with light winds, a low around 29. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy again with a high near 48. I'm meteorologist Kyle Plecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals in everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through December 3rd is $3 off on bacon, 25% off hanger steaks, 20% off all summer sausage, and 20% off all cheeses. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes, feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Boyk Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Boyk Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoykFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries.
Now, through December 8th, enjoy USDA Choice whole beef brisket for $3.99 per pound, USDA Choice T-bone steak for $8.88 per pound, premium stew beef for $5.99 per pound, and get their $50 holiday box now through Christmas. Always a great gift. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Now back to the drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It is Tuesday. Won last night, yes.
What'd you say, Raff? You kind of cut out there for a moment.
I said, history. Broncos won last night. Yes.
Yeah. Bo Nix, a tutty and 2 interceptions for him through the air. Jerry Jeudy had quite the day returning to Mile High as well. But the Broncos, the defense, how about former Oklahoma Sooner Nick Bonito?
He's a beast. 10 sacks.
That was a linebacker or D-line?
Defensive end linebacker, kind of a hybrid.
Okay.
Yeah.
He had is that him that had the pick?
Yep.
One of them.
Big dude running down the field.
10 sacks this year already.
Nice.
All pro.
You know what's honestly big, and I saw they flashed this statistic over the TV. And it's probably a piece of why they're being successful. They're targeting Cortland Sutton.
A lot,
right?
Yeah.
I think he finished yesterday with 6 catches, right? Had 8 or 9 targets. I mean, they are using him to the most he's ever had in his career. It was through the first 12 weeks of the season. He was targeted on like 28% of his routes, which is quite a bit. And so it was, finally, and now they have a guy that delivers the mail in Bo Nix.
Yeah, he had, I think it was the 4th game of the year. Cortland Sutton went the entire game with no targets, no catches, nothing, nada.
Wow.
And since that game, he's been on a tear. And that was actually one of those where the young quarterback, Bo Nix, went up to him and said, hey, if we ever get to halftime, you don't have a target yet. You need to grab me, and we need to be getting you the ball. So they've found definitely a chemistry there. And then Jerry Jeudy last night, he was a machine. I always scratch my head with stuff like that, though. When you have, like, you talk about Patrick Surtain as being, one of the best corners in the league, and why. And I know you have different defenses you play and stuff like that, but why you wouldn't take Surtain the entire game and just have him follow Jeudy all over the field. That would have been my problem solving scenario last night, because when he covered Jeudy, he only had 2 catches for 20 yards, and against the rest of the team, it was insane.
It was 190 yards. It's the rest of the DBs.
Yeah, 190, 200. Who's keeping track? Yeah, he had 9 catches, 235 yards receiving last night.
Yeah, that was so good to watch. What I loved out of this game, one, like you mentioned, Bo Nix, Nick, and Raff in his comment. When you got a rookie quarterback telling your receivers that, and he understands his job, what he has to do. He has to get the ball to the guys that are those guys on the roster to get open, in terms of wide receivers, the run game too. But that's where that means great communication between him and his coaches, because if he didn't do that on his own or learning on his own at the, being at Auburn, being at Oregon, probably so. But that's something taught to him. And it just shows when you have a good player and you match him up with good coaching that want to develop the player, to say, hey, we want you to succeed, so we're going to try to make this the best thing for you your first year. Let's call Oregon. Let's call Auburn. Let's check out the offenses and the routes you like to throw there and what they did for you there. And maybe we do that here for you. And then you look at Jaden Daniels too, having a fantastic rookie year too. So you got, potential offensive player of the year right there for Bo. Even though he had the 2 interceptions, still it's the NFL. You still got some time to get the experience and learn reading coverages and playing against good players out there. No matter what the record may say, you still got some professionals out there playing on the football field.
Yep. So I got the question of the day for you guys.
Oh, what's up, man?
What do the Browns do at quarterback next year?
So what is Jameis on? Is he done after this?
I'm not sure if he signed a 1-year contract or if he signed a team-friendly contract, but I know Deshaun Watson next year no matter what they do with him, if they release him or keep him, he'll count the most against the cap of any NFL player next year. So they've got definitely some decisions to make.
So Jameis signed a 1-year, $4 million deal before this season.
Okay.
So
he'll be up. So.
He'll be up. But I mean, here's the deal, guys, and I think they said it on the morning show as well, that before Deshaun Watson, the Browns passing game was non-existent when Deshaun was at quarterback.
Yeah, there was no offense.
Now, granted, now maybe you go to the other side of the other end of the spectrum to where it's Jameis Winston chucking it around into double coverage. It's a high risk, high reward type of quarterback play. But ultimately, he's won a couple of games and put them into a position to be to at least put up some points. And that Browns defense, it didn't look like it last night, but that Browns defense is usually pretty steady. It's usually, especially when you have a guy by the name of Myles Garrett rushing
off the edge. Yes, indeed.
Right. So I don't know. I think the easy decision to your question, Raff, would be re-sign Jameis Winston. But if there's one thing we know about a couple of the franchises, the Browns,
they don't do that.
They don't do it. They take the harder road, and they'll either try to trade up for a pick and take a quarterback, or they'll try to hit on a second or third round guy, and they'll have a Deshaun Kaiser type of situation again out of Notre Dame.
Yeah, well, I like the fact they like to give the young people money.
Yeah, right.
They've got a good. I mean, that Elijah Moore, he's a good receiver. Also,
he is.
You got Jerry Jeudy, who looks like he's finally coming into his own, and then you got Chubb and Ford. I mean, you've got some pieces.
Don't forget about David and Njoku.
There you
as well.
go. Yeah, how in the world could you disrespect and forget David Njoku? Question regarding David Njoku. He had 2 touchdowns last night, by the way.
He did.
I know nobody cares about fantasy team stuff. I don't care about fantasy team stuff, but I was playing my buddy. No. Trust me. I was playing my buddy who was talking mad junk before the game last night. I had David Njoku playing. He had Bo Nix. Bo Nix lost the game. He lost the fantasy football matchup because Njoku had 2 touchdowns. The tight end outscored the quarterback yesterday on fantasy football, and we were able to win the fantasy football matchup. But anyway, here's a question. What school did David Njoku go to? He played in Nebraska. I'll give that hint.
I knew this and I forgot.
I believe he played Nebraska.
Didn't he play for Miami?
He did. The Miami Hurricanes.
He's a Hurricane.
David Njoku, a Miami Hurricane. So there you have it.
Is he from Florida too?
I could not tell you that part. I do agree with Tommy, though, on the text line, 402-464-5685. It says, I hate the Donkeys, but their uniforms were fire. I agree, man. The helmet was pretty sweet.
I like the helmet. No, he's from New Jersey.
Nah, he's good.
He's from Cedar Grove, New Jersey. That's where Njoku's from.
That was the other problem with the when Deshaun Watson was in at quarterback. They didn't use David Njoku. Jameis throws to him all the time. And you're starting to see what happens. So.
And he's 6'4", 246. That means he can run routes and block. And they just you got to make it more. He was a first-round draft pick for Cleveland. They just don't seem like they understand. I mean, we've seen this before, right? We've seen this. This was Detroit 10 years ago. This was the Bears recently. They're learning slowly, but you would think, teams would just copycat off each other and like, oh, well, how about the picks that we have? Let's develop them. What teams should be doing. But like I said, it's just, I guess it's a misnomer. They want the kids to just know everything when they get drafted. So how's that working out for you teams?
There it is. There it is. All right, gents, what do you say? Should we dive into the full Husker football slate ahead of us?
100%.
Yeah.
Don't put the toe in. Let's just dive in. Let's go. Cannonball.
Let's dive in. Here we go. Take it, Raffy.
All right, we'll throw it a break. When we come back, we will talk Nebraska Cornhuskers football.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Boyk Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Boyk Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoykFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK farmoutfitters.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through December 8th, enjoy USDA Choice whole beef brisket for $3.99 per pound, USDA Choice T-bone steak for $8.88 per pound, premium stew beef for $5.99 per pound, and get their $50 holiday box now through Christmas. Always a great gift. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine and it will be breezy. See an afternoon high around 41. Tonight, mostly clear with light winds, and a low around 29. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy again with a high near 48. I'm meteorologist Kyle Plecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com. General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in December, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep the clubs out year-round. Book your holiday parties at Double Eagle Golf and make plans to join them for a New Year's Eve party. Gift cards make a great stocking stuffer for Christmas, and don't forget to look ahead to 2025 as spring leagues begin in February. That's all at Double Eagle Golf, inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf. League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit lovb.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. This show is proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance, you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
I forgot. How could I forget
Come
that?
on,
I forgot that we do that.
Come on, Nick.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Let's go.
Sorry, I was a little late getting back there. Jack was texting me, wanting to know when I was getting back into Lincoln, so I had to.
When are you getting back into Lincoln?
I'm getting back into Lincoln at probably about midnight tonight, probably 12:30, sometime around there.
And then you'll be in the studio tomorrow.
I will be in the studio tomorrow with a smile on my face. So if Chef Matt Nay's listening and wants to bring in breakfast tomorrow, feel free.
Nice.
Official chef of The Drive. We have not mentioned him in so long.
It has been a very long time.
I wonder how his little business is doing. I bet he's kicking some butt.
I bet it's not so little anymore.
It's probably that's why we haven't heard from him. He's so busy.
Probably a nice big business. So
yeah, there you go.
All right, gents, let's dive into it because unfortunately for us, we got off the air as soon as all the Tony White news broke yesterday. Initial thoughts to the news that Tony White was initially reported, but then eventually signed to go be Florida State's next defensive coordinator.
Yeah. It's just like, obviously this was a conversation that started a while ago. We don't know when, but it was obviously premeditated conversation. So just interesting to see. Again, just interesting to see how things work out for players and coaches all alike dealing at the college football level. Now it's just a different world, and just like, okay. Where you kind of see like what went on behind closed doors that, certain people weren't behind. And it's like, oh man. So I say for Matt and the remaining coaches, obviously you gotta, I say, have open, honest conversations. Maybe he, Tanny did approach Matt and say, hey, I might be doing this. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I hope he did, because at least he knew and not us. We don't have to know. It's a surprise by us because we're media, so we don't know this right away. But hopefully internally there was some communication accountability, like, hey, coach, I'm thinking about doing this because I feel like this is going on here. It's not, whatever reason for Tony and Knighton and the other coaches to move on to Florida State. I just hope it was a conversation where there was some disclosure and transparency there for all of them to have, because for the players, it's going to be, some players that were really potentially where they were locked into Coach White and Knighton and the other coaches too leaving. So there's going to be some adjustments there. And a lot of players, unfortunately, are already most likely used to that adjustment of coaches moving in and out, especially over the last since 2021 for Nebraska, which is something that I really, I say not despise, but it's just an unfortunate part of what I got to mention about my university now, where there's been a lot of changeover at the coaching area when it wasn't much coaching at all, during my time there, and then years after wasn't much changing until now. So to have the players go through that again, to adjust to another coach, defensively, defensive line wise, and now offensively, but now we know we got a guy there for at least 2 years, which is good for a lot of the players in house. And so now their adjustments happen again, but by this time it's kind of like old hat now. So it's like, oh, okay. So that's the one I say, where you search for a silver lining within that to see for the players' sake, hey, at least they've been through this before, so they know how to handle it and get ready to be, students first, and then football players next, with the new staff coming in, with the new coaches that may get hired, that will get hired coming in to replace Tony White and crew.
Thoughts, Raff?
Well, first off, is usually what I do is when things happen, I kind of put myself in the place of the coach. Like if I was the coach, how would I feel and stuff like that? And I will be honest. If I was the coach, the defense coordinator in Nebraska, and you bring in an evaluator to overlook what my job is doing, that sort of tells me that, are you questioning the job I'm doing? So I don't know if that was something where that door might have opened up a little bit when he said that he was bringing Phil Snow to overlook the defense to see what could be done better. That would be almost like questioning me. So I guess that's would be the time where I would probably maybe start looking elsewhere and being like, well, is there somebody else that, that believes in me 100%? That's all I want. If I'm a coach somewhere, I want that head coach to believe in me, 100%, not feel like they have to go outside to bring someone in to overlook the way I'm coaching. That's just me.
Yeah, I think so. There's a couple things just housekeeping wise. We're still waiting on the official word from Terrence Knighton. It's still reported, and I mean, I have no problem saying it. I mean, I know he's been in contact with Florida State, but still technically on staff is Terrence Knighton. It feels like, though, with Terrence, and this is just a personal feeling, that it'd be pretty unique of a situation to be publicly looking for another job, right? Looking for a new spot, and that's okay. To be out there and then not get one. It feels like it'd be a weird dynamic at times. So there's that piece to it. Go ahead, Raff. You were going to say something.
Well, here's another thing that you've got is, I know we're waiting to hear on Terrence Knighton whether he's leaving or staying or whatever. But what we've got to look at too is we don't know who the new defense coordinator is. So there's a pretty good chance if we get a new defense coordinator from outside, that all these defensive coaches will be looking for a job. I mean, that's just the monster.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, there's that piece to it, but yeah, no, it is not. I mean, that's been confirmed that Terrence Knighton is still on staff for right now. But we'll see what the future holds for a guy like Terrence Knighton. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, we know it. Dana Holgerson's going to be Nebraska's new offensive coordinator. And as of right now, once again, another thing that's been confirmed is that Garrett McGuire still on staff, just will not be operating in the wide receivers coaching.
I was going to say, he was the wide receivers coach.
Yeah, right? So still on staff, but will not be operating as the wide receivers coach. We know that for a fact going forward as well. So through all of that, Nebraska looks to hire a new wide receivers coach. There's some intriguing names out there. There's one that obviously is already been floated around. We're not going to speculate though at the time of it.
Hi, hello.
AG, you want the job?
Hey, I'll take the job.
Okay, well there you go. You put your name in the hat.
Put my hat, as they say, put my hat in the barrel.
Yeah, in the ring. Yeah, exactly right.
Well, that goes back to it. I think I know the McGuire talk, but you got to wonder, with Coach Holgorsen,
I'm serious. I'm not
if
messing around.
If he's going to make more changes.
Yeah.
Because if he's going to want to teach his offense, I would think maybe, there could be more changes to that offensive staff. Just saying.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we have to I would imagine that if there's offensive changes, we would have found out about him. I don't know. I think you wonder what happens with guys like Marcus Satterfield. We haven't heard the future of him yet. We have not heard anything in the special teams department either. So we'll see what the future holds in that area as well. There's a lot that's coming, and as Red says on the YouTube stream. As Red says on the YouTube stream, it's the new normal. We just need to cope with it. It is. It doesn't have to be this way. I think there's this kind of comes after not the head coach a little bit, but from an evaluation standpoint, we need to talk about Matt Rule, and this is an off-season topic for the next couple of weeks, but we need to have the conversation on how Matt Rule and his staff has done as evaluators. In terms of recruits, number one, number two, Matt Rule evaluating coaches and who he brings in. Because for the time being, there has been, the Donovan Raiola piece, as Matt Rule retained him, right? He was the only coach from the previous staff that was retained. Marcus Satterfield didn't work out. Garrett McGuire did not work out. Obviously, the tight ends coach, Bob Wager, didn't end up coaching a single game at tight ends before he got, stopped on a traffic stop and had to resign back before year one. Defensive backs coach, Evan Cooper, got fired for other stuff. It's been a pretty tumultuous couple of years already. And we do need to have the conversation at some point of evaluation and putting the right guys in place. Because there's a couple of guys that they've hit on, right? Ja'Cory Barney, absolutely a guy. Dylan Raiola, we know what the outlook for him is. But then there's also been guys that they went out and got in the portal that have either hindered or just kind of been stagnant the entire time as well. And you can't do that in this day and age of college football. You can't waste time because every single day matters and has this high level of importance in terms of trying to get back to the notoriety piece of college football.
Yeah. Just let me know where to send the resume for any of those.
She's getting the resume. I'll print it up.
For real. I'm dead serious. I'm dead.
Drop
dead serious. I'm not messing around. Because I know what I've seen this season, right? And it's been some good and some bad, but it's all fixable. As a coach, I'm confident, not just in myself, but I'm confident that if for people around me and how I've come into places where I'm just here to win, kind of like Cincinnati, man, Google me, where you gotta bring in an attitude and a confidence about yourself. And then when you talk about Matt, Nick, you talk about Matt evaluating coaches, is you got to find when you're sitting there and talking to them, you got ask the questions where you find them when they're giving you the answers of where they will make decisions in tight situations. Not when it's all fine and dandy, because fine and dandy is easy for everybody. But I want to find out how you are under pressure and how you handle that, because then I find out how you handle pressures, then I'll know how those players you're coaching are going to handle pressure and can get through it and to manage it and to succeed through it. Because if you can succeed through pressure, then when it's all fine and dandy time, that means we're kicking butt and we're winning. That's the easy stuff. So it's finding those players, and obviously that's our evaluation for as a head coach, where he has to take amongst himself, like, I got to get better at choosing who comes in our doors here, because this is a reflection of me as a head coach. And Coach Osborne had that. A lot of good coaches that I know around NFL did that, where they had self-evaluate themselves, and they had their assistants, their top assistants, like OCs and DCs, say, hey, coach, this is what I saw, some decision-making discrepancies here or deficiencies here. And I would love to hear that, because then that's going to make me better in the long run. Because if you don't hear that, then you don't really know where to go, because you're just thinking you're doing good all the time, which there's nobody doing good all the time as a head coach. you're missing somewhere, so you got to make sure you're up to par on that standpoint, and get the true transparency from your coaches around you, and not be afraid to hear it and not be afraid to dish it out either. That's how you get better.
You're absolutely right. There's a lot more for us to get into, right? The recruiting piece of it. Tomorrow is signing day. We'll hear the fax machine quite often, I'm sure, tomorrow when we get the national letter of intents. I don't know, AG, have you been on the show with the fax machine yet on signing day?
Oh,
I don't think so.
Big day tomorrow for you, AG.
I'll be here tomorrow. If it's tomorrow, I'm here because I'm not here. I'm not here Friday and for Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
Actually, I'll be in Lincoln Friday, but I get in a little later, so
nice.
I missed the show. So on Friday,
that's okay. Yeah, no, we copied it. We stole it from Early Break. They play it on their show. We just continue it. We continue it every time a national letter of intent comes in.
Oh, you just pops up and reads it off.
We run the fax machine, and it's a dee. Oh, it's
great. Speaking of that, I think around this time in 1995, I signed my letter of intent to go to Nebraska. I was literally the last recruit to sign.
Is that right?
Coach Osborne, he was like, "Man, Ahman, you were a tough one. We had to wait on you, you know." Yeah. But I knew I knew I had to keep a scholarship because if I didn't have a scholarship for you, everybody, this whole state be mad at me.
Were you playing hard to get, AG?
No, I was indecisive. This was the only time when I was indecisive in my life. I was a young, I was 17 years old, man. I was a kid, and I took my visit to Arizona. I loved it because there was a lot of California kids that I knew that I grew up with out in LA that were on that Arizona roster. And then they wanted me to go both ways. I was like, oh, and they were going to let me play baseball. I was like, oh.
You could have been like Travis Hunter.
Right. Between that, like they wanted me to play middle linebacker and running back. And they also, they had a decent baseball team down there and all the Cali kids that I grew up with. And then Nebraska, they were national champs. And I knew I can, be another, good running back coming up that backfield. I knew I had to wait a few years, no big deal. So it came down to that. And what helped me with my decision was sitting there the night of the Orange Bowl, Miami, Nebraska, of course, such as your bust up the middle, get the first touchdown, from there and get the momentum going back our way in that hell of a game that we had against the Hurricanes. So after that game ended, actually I'm watching the game and my dad has a heart attack. And I get a phone call. I'm over a friend's house watching the game. My mom says, "Meet us at the hospital. Your dad just had a heart attack. He's recovering, but he's okay. But meet us at the hospital." So we watched the rest of the game in the family room. They had the TV on in the family area to watch that game. And then at the end of that game, or once the game ended, I was like, you know what, I'm staying home. Because stuff like this, I won't miss. I won't have to be a plane ride away. I'll be a little bit closer to my family and friends, just in case things pop up. And that's what basically made a decision for me, being close to home, staying close to friends and family, stuff like that. So
did Lawrence being a sophomore, did that play any factor, knowing that he still had 2 years left?
No. I was like, I want to learn. This dude's a baller. I was like, I want to be next to him in that locker room. Be him. I knew Clinton already. We went to North together. And when Clinton was a senior, I was a freshman. So I was like, this dude's an animal. I'm like, this dude is remember, Clinton Childs was an all-state wrestler. Yep. He decided senior year, you know what? I want to be the 4x1 anchor. 235, 6'2" or 6'1". He's nothing but muscle. I'm like, bro, you running a 400? Oh, watch this. And he did. He cranks out like a 40, like a 59 something. I'm like, dude, you 235. Like, this is awesome. So you have, being around those type of athletes was like, I just want to get better. So I knew CC was back there, LP too. And so I was like, they gonna make me better because they are the team. They are the guys on that team right now. DB as well. Jay Sims, this is the name few, and watching Corey and all the fullbacks, Jeff and Joel and Brian Schuster, the name a few. It's like if I'm just sitting on the bench, I'm gonna get better. I know I'm, and so I told that's where. But it's decision came. Once I saw that game won and being close to home, and it was made for me. And we know history. How everything went from there. So,
all right, gents, let's stay on time here today. Raff, send it to break.
All right, we'll throw to break. It's the Drive, 93.7, The Ticket.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetables, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA fighters on Saturday, December 7th with Violence Fight League 2 at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now is the perfect time to go, with Nebraska football in between the regular season and a bowl game. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Ella Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com. If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, invites you to attend our upcoming Parts and Service Expo events. It's the best time to buy parts and schedule inspections all year. Take advantage of specials through December 13th with additional savings the day of your local expo. Find savings on oil and filters, gifts for under the tree, and pre-ordered John Deere parts. Visit with our trained and certified technicians and sign up for our winter service specials. Visit landmarkimp.com for a complete schedule and experience the Landmark difference.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in December, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep the clubs out year-round. Book your holiday parties at Double Eagle Golf and make plans to join them for a New Year's Eve party. Gift cards make a great stocking stuffer for Christmas, and don't forget to look ahead to 2025 as spring leagues begin in February. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine and it will be breezy, snapping high around 41. Tonight, mostly clear with light winds, the low around 29. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. It will be breezy again with the high near 48. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Tuesday, talking all things Nebraska football.
Before we dive right back into Nebraska football, guys, and the only reason I bring this up is because we were discussing and talking about him a little bit ago, David Njoku. Last night, he moved up into second place in the Cleveland Browns organization for all-time career receptions.
Ooh.
He got his 387th career reception yesterday.
Who's number one, AG?
Oh, hold on one second. I got to unmute. Sorry, go ahead again, AG.
Ozzie Newsome.
There you go.
Ozzie Newsome. Do you guys have
the GM for the Baltimore Ravens for all those years and wonder why the Ravens were good?
You're right. Do you remember, or by chance, so he played from 1978 to 1990 with the Cleveland Browns, Ozzie Newsome did. Do you guys remember how many, or have a guess on how many receptions he finished his career with? Now, I remind you, David Njoku just caught his 387th pass yesterday.
Oh, dude. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. So I would say roughly probably around 500.
Okay. Raff, you got a guess?
I'm going to go 642.
Close. 662.
Okay.
Oh.
Ozzie Newsome. So quite the difference. David Njoku's got some ground to make up for to catch Ozzie Newsome, right? So if Njoku just caught his 387th, he's still got, at least a couple hundred to go.
Yeah,
so,
a couple seasons to go.
Anyway, all right, guys, let me ask you guys this, and AG specifically first start us off here. In terms of these next couple of weeks, You have guys for Nebraska football moving out. You have guys coming in, and you have coaches on the out and guys coming in. And there's movement happening all across all of college football. And while the staff is going to be dealing with transfer portal recruiting visits and things like that in the next couple of weeks, the guys that are choosing to stick around and play in the bowl game, they have some work to do.
Yes, they do.
How do you stay focused?
As a coach, you let the players know that, hey, this is what we got in front of us. We got a game coming up. We don't know when. We just don't know it's going to be between December and sometime in January. Players is finish up finals week, because finals is now, I believe, and dead week is next week. And focus on that. So you're still a student. You got to get your grades in right. I know Dennis LeBlanc is going to be on them guys, if not calling me to say, hey, because I have a few of the guys at Ja'Cory and Ethan and a few other players in my class this year or this semester. And so that's it. It's simple. Keep it simple, because with all the, to be a college football, even though I'm putting my hat in the game, I understand that it's hectic. Right after the season, there's no stagnant time. You always are moving. So with that being said, as a current, like, if you already know your position, like you're on the staff, you're not moving anywhere, you got these players to get ready for a bowl game, that's what I'll be focusing on. Hey, I'm drawing up, making sure my what players are here that are in. So I say, okay, I know these guys are here, so I'm gonna make sure they get ready. This is what we're going. I'm gonna have them do in the weight room or on the practice field when we have practice. We're gonna go over these techniques. We're gonna refresh, whatever position I'm coaching. If it's running backs, quarterbacks, or wide receivers, whatever, I'm gonna refresh some of the old stuff. Not old stuff, but stuff that we probably covered back in August, because now it's reset time. Bodies are going to be a lot more fresher than the usual game, because we now have another week or two. We find out where we're going. I think was the bowl selection this weekend.
Yeah, it'll more
right after all the conference championships.
Yeah, we're starting to get some things ironed out behind the scenes, right? It feels like Pinstripe has kind of taken the
that's Army, right? Army Navy, whatever.
No, the Pinstripe Bowl is the one that's at Yankee.
It's at Yankee Stadium. Yeah, I thought that was always like an armed forces thing. Anyway, so there's like that one's a possibility. Okay.
Music City Bowl, but I would
in
put
Detroit.
Music City's in Nashville.
Oh, that one. Yeah. I was Motor City, Music City. Yeah. Sorry. That's why I got it mixed up.
I would give the edge to the Pinstripe Bowl for right now. I think if Nebraska took care of business against Iowa, then you're talking about potentially playing down in Tampa at the Cheez-It Bowl or in Orlando.
My pick. You already know.
You're ruining AG's day here, Nick.
I know.
Yeah. It is December 28th. I already know the Snoop Dogg Bowl, bro.
I know.
But
in terms
that was so awesome. That was so awesome.
In terms of conference connections and relationships. Right. No Big Ten is in the Snoop Dogg scene. But anyway, so I would lean towards the Pinstripe probably being the landing spot. But ultimately, it doesn't really matter, right? You take care of business beforehand and you play whoever you play. I would also, guys, look at it this way, especially in Nebraska's defensive of rooms, like linebackers where they've lost a couple of guys, Mekhi Bear, Jamari Butler.
Oh, man, you go.
Hybrid guy. Yeah, Jamari Butler's in the portal, but
no, Mekhi.
Yeah, he's gone off.
Oh man!
But then Stephon Thompson.
He's a funny dude and good player.
But Stephon Thompson is there as well. Is going to be in the portal. There's at least 3 there that opens up some potential for some younger guys to kind of
opportunity.
Yeah, there's opportunity for these next couple of weeks, and then also the bowl game. Reminder: the bowl game does not count towards red shirt.
Which is good, obviously.
Right. So if Riley Van Poppel decides to stick around, then you would expect to probably see a pretty good chunk of him. I don't think Nebraska, for the most part, will have guys opt out because of the NFL draft. If they opt out or don't play, it's going to be because of the transfer portal. Yeah. I'm not sure necessarily. I'm not sure necessarily, other than Ty Robinson, anybody could really opt out and have a reason because of the NFL draft. So through it all, I would expect, more transfers probably today throughout the next couple of days.
100%.
We'll see what happens, but there's certainly opportunities there for some of the guys behind, the guys like Mekhi Bear and Jamari Butler and Stephon Thompson, because those three names were integral parts of Nebraska's defense this season.
They were. But yeah, like I said, I would just make sure the guys that are here, that are signed on, that's going to play, make sure they're ready to play. They start getting in conditioning, make sure they hit Corey in the weight room, get his instructions on what the workout's going to be for the weeks for them to get before they go and find out where they're going to play. Somewhere warm. They're going to be hopefully somewhere in down, like you said, Florida, Texas, somewhere. There's a lot of bowl games out there. But New York upstate is going to be a little chilly there.
New York on December 26th.
It's going to be chilly there.
Is when the pinstripe is. So at Yankee.
And what was the other one you said? You said the Cheez-It Bowl?
Well, yeah. So the Cheez-It Bowl is not going to happen. We can say goodbye to the Cheez-It Bowl.
Oh, they don't. They exited. They threw it in the garbage.
Well, that one's the one in Florida.
Yes.
I would lean towards simply because of just prior experiences in the state of North Carolina. Duke's Mayo Bowl probably not going to happen for this staff and for Nebraska.
Yeah.
So that's probably not going to happen. And then that leaves the Music City Bowl, the Pinstripe Bowl, and a very long shot for the no longer guaranteed Rate Bowl, but just the Rate Bowl down in Phoenix. So
that's an Arizona one.
So those are the three.
I got 2 kids down there, so the tight end.
Those are the 3 that we would probably look towards most likely happening, but it feels like the pinstripe is one that Nebraska now and this is where if Michigan would beat Ohio State, maybe things are a little bit different.
Right.
But some other things happen where Nebraska was unable to take to handle their business last Friday, and they're kind of given and dealt what they get. So it is what it is, guys.
I'm hearkening back to that 1962 Gotham Bowl.
Ooh. Yeah, I saw that. That was the one.
Nebraska versus Miami.
That was on the wall.
Did you go to that game, Nick?
No.
None of us went to that game, Raff. Let's just be real. Maybe and none of I remember seeing that walking into the locker room every day. I would go down and read all of them. So I remember reading the 1962 Gotham. I was like, the Gotham Bowl? I was like, what's this Gotham City? I'm like, what's going on here? I was like,
Batman flipped the coin, AG.
Right. That's like, that would be dope if he did. If Adam West flipped the coin. Because Adam West was around then. So, and he was actually, that's when he was being Batman on the small screen, on the TV screen. So that would have been interesting.
Bob Devaney got to ride around in the Batmobile.
Oh, for real? Or don't be messing with me, man.
No, I'm just messing with you now.
I'm like, that would be a cool stat to know.
That would be a sweet nugget. All right, guys, we're up against the clock. Send us to break, Raffy. Let's wrap things up coming up next.
All right, we'll throw the breaks to the drive. 93.7, the ticket.
$93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine and it will be breezy, snapping high around 41. Tonight, mostly clear with light winds, the low around 29. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy again with the high near 48. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known, but what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score big on Kawasaki's all-new Ridge lineup. The Ridge XR, the Ridge HVAC, and the Ridge Limited. All built to take on your day with a full factory cab, including heat and AC. Stop by Indian Motorcycle of Lincoln today and rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of November. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln at 27th and I-80.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to look at their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It is Tuesday, wrapping up another show filled with Nebraska football. Tons of fun. Come back tomorrow. Listen some more.
Well, and tomorrow, Raff is in studio. He will be in the flesh. AD will be in studio. He'll be in the flesh. I'll be here, and AG will join us as well.
Yes, I will be.
Full lineup tomorrow.
No quad box. The only thing would be sad, no quad box. No quad box.
Yeah, we don't need the quad box. AG, I would double check. Make sure your mic is connected, because even though it's lit up, it doesn't sound as crisp as it usually does.
How about now? Maybe because I'm back and forth.
Maybe a little bit.
Because I was kind of back here.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit better. Now it sounds a little crisper.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we usually don't. What we need to have happen, AG, I need you to send that microphone, or at least something similar to Raff.
To Raff,
because we're gonna need to get a professional setup for Raff. Also, the audio levels, we gotta work on these a little bit just for us. So we gotta play back and forth, make sure that we're giving the best presentation as possible.
Yes,
so,
I agree. I agree.
All right, guys, Raffi, start us off, my friend. What you got today for RGT?
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to the whole Giving Tuesday 2024. There's a lot of places in Lincoln you can donate to. I saw that Pete Ferguson had something up there today. You can go to his Twitter and check that out. You've always got Cedars out there. You got Big Brothers, Big Sisters. And, of course, you got Stephanie at Woven Charm. You can go to wovencharm.org to make donations. It just feels good. This is that time of the season. Always giving just puts a smile on your face and warms your heart. So if you got a few extra bucks out there today and you'd like to donate, find one of those colleges. There's a lot of great people in Lincoln right now fighting to make the city of Lincoln so much better. And anything that you can donate to them, it helps a ton. So Giving Tuesday 2024, your Raff's Good Take.
Yeah, absolutely. And despite AD not being here, we still want to shout out to mention our friends over at the Body Lab LNK, 14th and Yankee Hill. Make sure you go stop by, give them a call. Rachel and her team, exceptional people. Trigger point dry needling, physical therapy, chiropractic. They got a recovery lab with a cold plunge tub, an infrared sauna, the whole 9 yards there for you to make sure you're at your peak performance. So make sure you give the Body Lab LNK a call today. Visit them online at thebodylablnk.com as well. But despite no AD, still want to make sure we mention our friends over at the Body Lab. Shout out to Rachel and her team. Awesome people. Great location, great facility as well. Make sure you go check them out today. All right, AG, any final words, my friend?
Oh, yeah, real quick, a shout out to my niece, Nefertiti. She is, what's interesting about Nefertiti, she is my niece and she's older than me.
Oh, wow.
By, I think, a month. So she was born, it's actually, so in my calendar, I had it wrong. It was, I meant to do it yesterday, but I'm doing it today. So shout out to Nefertiti. Happy birthday. She is now 48 years old. I'm a month behind her, or a couple months behind her. I'll be 48 in February. So she's actually down here in Austin area, in Austin, Texas. So she probably not hear this, but still people that are watching and listening know of her because she's an Omaha native. She went to Omaha Benson High School, was a cheerleader there, and ran track.
You make her call you uncle?
No, but she does. Nice. And she did. So I was just like, when I figured it out as a teenager, I was like, wait a minute.
Hey, it's
your birthday is then, and I'm what year were you? I was like, wait a minute, this gotta be a rarity, you know. Uncle's younger than the nephew or the niece, so
it's better late than never. So there you have it.
You go. Yeah,
all right,
love her to death.
Well, let's see what type of a newsy Tuesday we have ahead of us today in terms of Nebraska football. Yep. I'm sure there's going to be a couple things that that pop out throughout the course of the day today. Names are out there. Once again, I remind folks, be careful what you believe, be careful what you spew and what you speculate as well. And tomorrow, signing day, we'll have a Michael Terry's decision at 8:15 a.m. to talk about. Raff, we got 8 seconds. Take it away.
All right, everyone. Have a great Tuesday. Be nice to each other. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle